guys. Alright, let's get this party started. Let's make sure I download the latest version first. I'm a little bit behind, I know. Alright, let's go like that. Apps. Let's update Fanbase. I know it's 5 o'clock. I'm going, guys. Just bear with me. Come on. Download, update. Come on, I forgot. Alright, let's open up Fanbase. Let's go to my audio room. Let's create from my camps. Technology in Fanbase. If you haven't joined the camp, alright. Thursday. Tech Talk. Read Rama. Let's go right away. Spring 93. Alright, and let's get our usual interest. Social media, Fanbase, boom. Alright. I always invite, my dear friend, Mr. Isaac De Hayes. And we're gonna get the party started. Alright. I'm gonna wait. What's going on, guys? How are you? Welcome. I know I'm a little bit late. I love to be punctual. In fact, when I'm punctual, I'm late. I usually like to be early, but today I was setting up for some time because I'm actually in a different environment within the Fanbase office. So if you want to go ahead and follow Rama Tech Talk, or even just go to a dynamic search and you're going to see a new live, you'll be able to see where I am. In what I call the fishbowl room, but it's really the podcast room. So this is the podcast room where we obviously have podcasts. Sometimes we have DJs over there. We have a DJ booth where once in a while we get DJs to come and play here in Fanbase. And of course we have other meetings. So welcome everyone. We're going to wait one more minute and then we'll get started. I was just mentioning that now that we have a wonderful new live stream increment, starting last week, I'm always going to be doing a live and an audio at the same time. Obviously, if you're here, you're listening to me, but if you want to take a look and see that I'm real and listen through there, hopefully the audio is good over there. I'm not sure. You guys can tell me. You can follow Rama Tech Talk or go to Dynamic Search and you're going to see the live stream there. So, hope everyone's having a fantastic Thursday and week. A lot of things happen in Fanbase as usual. I think the moment that I show up and I say I don't have much to talk about, that's when you guys start to, need to start worrying about it. But I have a lot to talk about. So let's get started. We did have another release this morning. So I know that we've been spoiling you guys because usually we do one release every 2 weeks, but we've been doing 3 releases in 3 weeks. But it's gonna stop, I'm sorry to tell you. We gotta go back to the normal schedule of things. If not, my wonderful and beautiful product team is gonna kill me. Kami, Nikki, Santi, Mai, really everyone. But we did have a release today. For both Android and iOS is version 2.10.2. Alright, so we got both teams to align on the versioning, so we're at 2.10.2. It was a small release again because last week we went live with the new live stream and live feed, which was a pretty significant increment. So this time was a small one, but still important. So 2 things that we brought into this new release. The first one is we did another improvement to the onboarding. I mentioned probably 3-4 weeks ago that this quarter we're focusing a lot on churn rate and new user adoption within the platform. This is not only important for those new users to have a better experience, but it's important to you if you are an existing user because the community growth, the visibility grows, and also monetization grows. So we always try to make the onboarding as relevant as possible, and we did a few adjustments on the first screens of the onboarding. We also brought a new notification that, as obvious as it might seem to you, it wasn't there. So that notification is the unsubscription. So if you ever get one of your subscribers to unsubscribe, you will be notified. Now, this is not to tell the person that unsubscribe, but rather because this is the start of us catering information to you, so we can start telling you why that user might have unsubscribed from your profile. Could be your content, it could be that you're not consistent enough. This is the sort of small efforts that we're trying to do to give you information to improve the way you build community, you get more visibility in your content, and eventually you monetize more. Okay, so again, these small releases, as small as they are, they actually do have an impact on how we're building community and how we're driving user growth. So make sure you download the latest version. It's 2.10.2, and you'll have these two new increments. And we did a few other bug fixing as well. Usually I don't go over the things that we fix, because our tech support team, our amazing tech support team, every time something gets fixed, and if you were the one that actually shared the issue, you will be notified so you can go and check it out again. So that's another reason why there's value in you always sharing when you have issues in the platform. If you keep it to yourself, if you punch the wall, if you come in here and yell at me, it might do something for you, but it doesn't really drive the outcome that you want, which is for us to fix it and improve your experience. Okay? So I want to make sure that if you have an issue, make sure you report it. You can shake your phone or email us at support@fanbase.app, and we'll take care of it. And then when it's fixed, we will notify you right away. And if that doesn't happen, please let me know, because I know for a fact that it does. All right? So I see more people in the room. Welcome, everyone. Hope you're doing great. I see, Kyle. Kyle, I think you should come by and say hi to everyone that is looking through live, so they know that you're for real as well. Today, Kyle, I went to take a break outside, and I saw him doing a headstand against the wall. So that's the kind of experience you get in Fanbase and with Fanbase stuff. You never know what's going to happen. All right? Okay, well, let's get started, and let's talk a little bit about what are we working on. We are right now starting sprint 94. Wow, that's crazy. 188 weeks of constant development, and we're getting close to that 100 sprint. Something great has to happen in the sprint 100. I know for a fact that the field refactor is coming before sprint 100. Okay, so that's not going to be field refactor. But something great is going to happen for Fanbase by sprint 100. I can feel it. Maybe, it will be something big for the company. Maybe it will be something big for the company and the users. But I'm excited about as we get closer to sprint 100. Let's talk a little bit about sprint 94 and things that we're working on. We are making some improvements on the live stream increment that we released yesterday. One of the reasons why live stream is accessible only through dynamic search, if you go to dynamic search and you look at the top of the dynamic search, you're going to see all the lives, the ones that are live and the ones that were live and they stay for 24 hours. That's the only way you can access the live feed from there. We did that purposely because we're really working to understand how it's working for everyone, and I'm going to give you a feedback about that. So we know that as far as the experience and quality of the live stream, we're super excited and super happy. Sound quality, streaming quality, it's much better. We do have dynamic bitrate now, which means that if you have low connection, you shouldn't have all the connection issues that you had in the past. So we're excited about that. At the same time, we know there's some improvements that we want to do. We've been training our new moderation system to make sure that that's fair moderation. We want to protect everyone in the community, but at the same time, we want everyone to be them without limits. So that's a constant adjustment that is going to happen, not only now, but in the future as well. So we're adjusting the moderation system, but we're also going to be bringing some other increments that we're currently working. I can tell you that because it's no surprise. So number one, we're going to make the live accessible for the main feed from the main home. So we're going to give more visibility to live streams as well. We're also going to bring interactions into the WOS Live. That means that for you, you can make money not only when you go live, but also after you go live. So when you go live and you decide to save your live, it will stay on the feed for 24 hours. When it stays with the feed for 24 hours, you're going to be able to get laughs for it. So you're going to have some passive income going on through there as well. All right, so I hope you're excited about that because, again, it might sound small, but it's pretty big because now you have yet another way to monetize through the live feed as well. Now, what we're going to be doing with the saved lives, that's something that's going to come in the future, so I'm not going to talk about that. Another thing that we're going to do is we're going to bring a video controller to the WOS Live as well, meaning that when you're looking at a WOS Live, you can go forward, you can rewind, you can play, you can pause. You cannot do that right now, we know that, and we're adding that, and that's coming very soon, and we're working on that on Spring 94. And I'm looking through here, and I think that's pretty much on the increments on live. These are small and short-term live increments I want to bring from the get-go, because we have a pretty cool surprise for you in June. June is Black Music Month, and we want to celebrate it by doing some cool events in our live streams. So that's why we're trying to get everything ready so you can enjoy it to the fullest, and you can get excited about that. All right, let's continue through a list of what else are we working on Spring 94, and then I'll promise you I'll stop talking, and then we'll go through the all the questions that you might have. We are finalizing the new increment to diversify payouts, meaning we're going to bring an increment where we bring in PayPal payments for anyone that is outside the US, Canada, Australia, and UK. So if you're a content creator in other regions that are not the ones that I just mentioned, get excited because you will be able to get paid once you reach the $25 minimum every month. And all you got to do is have a PayPal account, make sure you verify it through the system, and you'll be able to get paid automatically every month, which is amazing. If you have questions or you're curious how that experience looks like, if you go to my profile, you're going to see that I posted an exclusive story. I'm going to repost it again because it might be out after 24 hours. And I also have an exclusive post where you'll be able to see what that PayPal experience looked like. Okay? And again, this is just the start of a much longer roadmap for diversification of payouts. What we wanted to achieve with this one is we wanted to make sure that everyone outside these regions felt compelled of creating great content, engaging with their community, so we can pay you every month. I get so excited every time I see the list of payouts, when I see people from other countries, Brazil, Ghana, Japan. It's just like so exciting. So hopefully with this, it will encourage more creators and users from those regions to create content. All right, let's continue through a list of Spring 94. We are continuing working on 2 of the 3 new revenue functionalities that we're bringing this quarter. Super excited, guys. For those that like audio and are audio super users, you're going to really enjoy one of them. And so we're working those 2. I know Isaac asked me the other day if I can say which ones they are, but not yet. When we get closer, we're going to say it, because every time I say it before, then the same shows up in other platforms, and I want that to happen. So 2 monetization functionalities are being on the works right now in the sprint. We're also improving what we call the web user journey. A lot of the traffic to your profiles is actually coming through web. We look at insights every day, every week, and sometimes we make decisions based on insights in the sense of, okay, how can we drive more visibility to our users? What we're seeing is that a lot of the web traffic is coming directly to each one of your profiles. So we are doing small increments on web that can transform those views on your profiles into actual users who follow you, who subscribe to you, and who give you love for your content, okay? So we're very intentional when we do these small things. This one is on web. And talking about web, we also are starting to work on 2 web increments for audio. One of them is that we're going to be bringing what you guys call the hallway. Some of you call it hallway. I'm a techie nerdy guy. I call it the listing, the audio listing. But we're bringing the hallway for public audio rooms into web, which means that now you don't have to wait for someone to share the link to your audio room to be able to know that it's going on. They can actually go into fanbase.app on web, and they'll be able to see all the public audio rooms going on there. And guess what? They'll be able to click on it and listen to it because we have audio on web already. Of course, to engage, to go into a chat room, to give love, they'll have to download the app and use it. So hallway on web is starting to get worked on. And then the next one, with also a lot of you are going to get excited, we're working on a calendar for recurring audio rooms. I believe that yesterday in the marketing audio room, Kyle and the rest of the marketing team, they spoke about empowering everyone to be consistent and have recurring audio rooms with different topics, right? And for Fanbase to be able to help you promote those as well. So this will be a great gateway to allowing you, if you are one of those users that is consistent, it brings consistent audience to your audio rooms, you do it every day, and they're engaged in audio rooms, we're going to be able to put you in our calendar among all the other Fanbase audio rooms, and you'll be able to have more exposure. So again, another way to bring views and engagement to your content. Being in an audio and talking is content, okay? And also, we're going to be, I'm looking through here, we're going to be continuing working on the algorithm. That's a never-ending increment. We're going to be expanding the algorithm to have better visibility based on interests to other verticals as well. And among other things, there's always bug fixes and hot fixes that come up throughout the sprint that we try to tackle, but that's really the core of Sprint 94. Again, what I just mentioned doesn't mean that it all is going to be released at the end of Sprint 94. We're working on those. For Sprint 94, we are going to do our best to release the PayPal experience for the other regions. So then those that reach the minimum in May, they'll be able to get paid. Actually, sorry, it's actually going to be in June, because the Sprint 94 ends in June 5th, right? So good news, in June, for those that weren't able to get paid before, you will get paid, all right? All right, let's take a little break here from my voice, and let's go into the chat room, and then I might bring some of you guys up here so you can ask questions, get feedback. What's going on? I love the chat room, and I'm going to be loving it even more very soon with some of the things we're going to bring. All right. Big Scale, I saw your question. You probably did already, but if you are getting follow with users that you might not think they're users, please report it. One of the objectives we're going to have for Q3 overall is just the improvement of some of the features that will improve community, and one of those is continue working on our algorithm and system for, inactive users or users that are not real users and so on. So make sure you share that. All right, what's up, Kyle? I see Kyle there. My handstand will publicly accept. That's true. Kyle, you put it on your flicks, right? So if you go to Kyle's flicks, you're going to see what I'm talking about. Imagine taking a break, getting out of the office, and then suddenly you turn left and you see your growth marketer doing a handstand against the wall. I love Fanbase. What can I say? All right. Why don't we have the capability to share hearts that we have accumulated? So let me see if I understand that one. So loves, which you call hearts, when you buy them, you can give labs to anyone throughout every single vertical, from stories, live, audio, media posting, and so on. Now, when you receive labs, when you receive those hearts, that's real revenue. Right now, that real revenue has only one path, which is in your wallet, which means you can cash that out at the end of the month. We don't have the capability of you get labs and you can give them again. That lab has real cash value that you get at the end of every month. So hopefully I answer your question with that, but we don't reutilize labs right now. Now, when you buy labs or when you earn bonus labs through campaigns or stuff like that, you should be able to use them as much as you want, as long as you have them. Okay? All right. Brianna, I'm glad you like I like what you call it, the scrubbing through a video is a must. Yep, it's coming for sure. Again, sometimes we see small value in launching increments without other increments, and then we start adding on top of that. We actually saw a big uptick on lives and engagement, which is exactly what we're looking for. So, but definitely the scribing is coming up. So, Ms. Miriam, sprint. Sorry, I know my southern accent sometimes can be deceiving. Sprint with a T at the end, not a G. I love Sprint too, but Sprint 94. Sprint is basically what we call nerdy tech developers. The combination of time where we actually get a lot of functionality done. We code a lot of things during that sprint. And in Fanbase, every sprint is 2 weeks. So that means that every 2 weeks at the end of the sprint, you will get a new release with new improvements and increments, okay? So hopefully I'll explain what the sprint 94. And that means that this is sprint number 94. And if we have 2 weeks for every sprint, there's 188 weeks that we've been developing nonstop. We started formalizing the sprint since the first dollar came into Fanbase from the crowdfunding, from Start Engine. Before that, Fanbase was in a full beta mode. Isaac did not want to go out there, didn't want anyone to know about it until he felt the product was good enough for people to feel it. I know what Fanbase was about, so 188 weeks since then. All right. There should be some surprise drops for people that interact with room opening notifications. Oh, interesting. I like it. All right. Zoom in would be cool on live. All right. We take that. Remember, when you guys, besides sharing it here, I have my notepad. You guys can see it. And for those in live, guys, I'm going to go closer to see if you have any questions, so don't think that I'm going to ignore you. But anyway, even though I'm a digital guy, you see that I have 3 screens here, I have my notepad, and I write down what you guys say, but I recommend you to always share through tech support. What they do with increments and what you guys ask for, that is not an issue, they tag it as an improvement. And once a month, they bring it to our calls and they say, okay, these are all the improvements that users are requesting, and we go through them. So, all right, but the zooming can definitely be a good one. Let me see. Oh, thank you, JB, for explaining the sprint. Sorry, I'm obviously behind. I'm trying to be fair and go message by message, so I apologize if some of the questions might have been answered already. The live should also have the ability to share your screen. So WebEZ, that's what we call the RTMP. RTMP is coming in Q3 for sure. So RTMP, for those that are gamers or like to stream through third-party devices, is coming. So that's definitely on the way. All right. I hate sprints. Sprint 100, developers get the sprint off. Well, let me tell you, if we reach 17 million in our race, and I'll talk a little bit about the race that we're doing right now. If we reach 17 million before Sprint 100, I can say it here, and it's on live and it's recorded for anyone who's in development. This development team can have the sprint off. I know Isaac will hate me for that. He's over there. But I say it, and I stand by it. If we get 17 million before Sprint 100, my amazing and beloved dev and product team, you have 2 weeks off. All right, let's see if that moves the needle then. All right. What are the 2 or 3 keys to success using the live functionality? I'm still trying to gain traction. It's a great question. So obviously the setup, well, a lot of people do a lot of setups for live, right? Make sure the light is right, make sure the phone is correct. But sometimes live, there are things that happens in the moment. So obviously, number 1, you gotta be engaging with your audience as you are in front of the camera. A lot of times I see lives that, people are doing their everyday life, they're, I don't know, they're sleeping. I've seen lives with people sleeping. That's crazy. But it engages some people. But sometimes doing more engaging things inside your life, talking to the camera, reading the comments and engaging, asking questions. That's a great way to engage in live and gaining followers. Another thing that we did in live, Isaac always says that we didn't tell him, we sneak it through him, is that now you can follow people through live as well. Which means that if you tap on someone's profile, just like audio, you're going to have the small profile without leaving the live, and you can follow people. So now, through your engaging, you also can build community. So that's why I recommend when you're in live, be engaging, talk to your audience. And again, right now, even though we're opening it by having the live feed, it's not fully open. When we actually bring the live in the home feed to everyone, that's going to open the game. And that's where you're going to get a lot of people on your lives and where you want to be really engaging. So, Ron, hopefully that helps you. I'm going to be honest, I'm not a live streaming expert. So that's my humble advice. I'm sure there's a lot of great live experts in this call. And if you guys want to come to stage when I bring you stage, tell Ron about it, feel free to do it. Okay? Hecton, it would be nice for people, they can upload a video to their profile. It would be very nice, wouldn't it be? Hecton, it's gonna come. It's gonna come. Isaac suggested to make it black and white, so okay. Kali's probably explaining he handstand. Not cashing out, sharing the hearts that you have earned. Yeah, we don't have that where is it? Right now, labs are cash. So again, our payout diversification roadmap for this race actually brings a lot of different ways to use your revenue beyond cashing out. Okay, so but right now, campaign Dre, the story viewer count is broken. Well, if you have already submitted that issue, I'll check. I'll make sure I put it here. We're gonna fix it. We'll have some bug fix marathon very soon to fix it, iron out some things. All right. Oh, I see DJ Swag in the house. What's up, DJ Swag? Since we will have a hallway on the web, will they be able to share the room on the web too? Yeah, definitely. This happens on public rooms only, okay? We don't support exclusive audio rooms on web quite yet, but yes, we will be able to share rooms on web as well. Okay, I'm going through some of these. Nerdy tech developer. I'm all 3. I'm nerdy, I'm a techie guy, and I used to be a developer. I mean, I'm not gonna lie, once in a while I would love to code, but just don't have enough time. I have amazing people that are better than me doing it now. All right. Okay, I see the revenue transfer comment, interesting. Okay, I'm going through the things. I see some of you promoting your audio rooms. You're welcome, Ron. You know what, guys? I saw someone said, I'm waiting to get on my plane. You know what I tested and it worked for me? When you go on the plane and you get Wi-Fi on the plane, get in an audio room. It worked for me. It was pretty awesome. I was actually flying to South America, and I actually listened to a bunch of your audio rooms through Wi-Fi through air. So that was exciting because, in the new version of audio that we released last year, we did work on connectivity. I know we still need more work on there. We need regular people as the new celebrities on the following list. Campaign Dre. Yeah, so I will say something when it comes to content creators. One of the things we are focusing and we've been trying to do a better job at is working on what we call tier 2s and tier 3 creators. So those are the nano creators. They're not your celebrities. No offense to celebrities, we would love to have them here. So we are going to be bringing and growing our team to start focusing more on the tier 2s and tier 3s. And the following list that you're sharing will change. I will change constantly because we want to make that list as a reward to consistency and engagement in fan base. Meaning, if you're a creator, if you consider yourself a creator that's not big, tier 3, tier 2, and you consistently post public content, exclusive content, you engage, you're in the platform, your name is going to start showing up there. All right, so it's going to be a reward-based visibility, which I think is the right way of doing it. So we don't have that yet because we're still working. We're still a small team, guys. I want you to understand. And as fast as we would like to meet, sometimes it's just hard. But it is coming, and I think you're going to start seeing a lot of new tier 2s and tier 3 creators coming into Fanbase and being featured as top creators as well. All right? And in fact, Kyle is going to be part of those efforts as well. Have you all thought about threads under rooms in the hallway? No, not really. Interesting. All right, let me go to the. I'm going to bring some of you. I think you have your hand up, but before I do that, let me go into my live and see if you have questions over there, guys. You're going to see a close-up of me. What's going on? Oh, I see Ed Petrone there. What's up, Ed? Some of my developers there. What's going on, guys? I want to make sure I don't mess up when I look. I see you. Oh, I see Julian there. Great increments. Thank you, Chris Page. All right, no questions on live. Sorry, I had to get closer to the live to see if you guys had any questions there. All right, let's come back here. Let's see if anyone wants to come into the. Anyone wants to come on stage? Talk to me. If you're an expert in live stream, any other recommendation you want to give to users that are just getting started with live and they want to start monetizing there? All right, I'm going to bring a few of you. Sorry. Oh, don't get shy. All right, I'm going to bring DJ Swag. All right, DJ Swag, what's up? Everything's going well. How are you?
Oh, so we can't hear them though, that's right.
You are? Nice. Big time. Awesome. Thank you. Thank you. And I will say something. Just this is what you reminded me. As I mentioned before, we are trying to keep training and improve our moderation system that we launched with the live. So if for you, for some reason, you feel like something didn't work properly as far as moderation, we ask you to please reach out to us, because every time something doesn't work well, we go back, we try to train it and fix it, and then it gets better and better and better and better. All right, so you can be part of that improvement as well. Yes, yeah. Yeah. All I will say is that we've been doing some proof of concept with that, and I definitely would love to bring that over. And I hear you. Actually, I'm doing live right now, doing a selfie. And what happens with that too is that sometimes the camera quality is not the same as the rear one. So definitely. All right. Thank you. That's awesome. Yeah. Queen Mo, how are you? All right. Thank you. Thank you. All right. Let me see. I saw someone else. All right. Well, we'll continue then with the roadmap. If there's no more questions, let me go to the chat room one more time and see if there's anything else. By the way, I love when you guys share feedback. Oh, I see. Come on over, Sam. What's going on, Sam? How are you? Yeah. Yeah, of course. Anything. Yeah. 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 No, that's great. That's great feedback. So Q3, we're actually going to be working a lot on the profile. We're actually going to be bringing a profile version 2.0. I always like to keep version into all these things, but it's going to be a significant increment on the profile. As we grow and we add more functionality, and the past 3 years we added more verticals. Sometimes the way you put it all together is not organic. And then it's good to take a step back and say, okay, now that we have all of these elements and we want to add more elements, what is the best way to present it? So what you're saying, a lot of those things will be solved when we do that in Q3 starting soon. From being able to see your flicks in the first tab along with the post, and also being able to make sure that the count encompasses all your content itself. And we're also going to be bringing other elements inside the profile that you see in other verticals as well. So it's good that you bring it up because we've heard that before, and I know that the profile is it's really a gateway, a selling point for you to everyone to know who you are, what kind of content you do, and I think we kind of been focusing on other things, and we want to go back to the roots of, you know what, we want to make sure that we give you really what you need to showcase your content and be able to monetize. So all the things that you actually mentioned, I'm confident that the Q3 increment will take care of it. Yeah, thank you. Definitely. All right, let me go to the chat room. What did I miss in the chat room? Are you guys talking about Apple versus Android already? Not yet? Oh yeah, you guys are talking about that already. See, I knew it. Okay, let me see. So the phone that I'm using on live is an Android, and I'm using my iPhone for audio. I know I said last time that I was going to do the opposite, but I didn't. I'm sorry about that. I'm going to do it for next week, and then you guys can tell me the difference, okay? You know what I actually wanted to do is, I wanted to use the audio on my MacBook Pro. I tried to do it the last time, but the sound was pretty bad. But if you think about it, I could have fan base on 3 devices, my Android, my iPhone, and my MacBook Pro. Apple is weak. All right. Well, let's talk a little bit about the roadmap that is coming up. I know you guys heard me talk about Q2, Q3, and the way we work is we set objectives, key results, OKRs for the company for every quarter, and then through those objectives, the product and marketing team, they get together and say, okay, how can we actually empower and help reach those objectives to fanbase, right? And you know, obviously from the product side, we talk about increments, and from the marketing side, we talk about helping those increments and also helping bring creators. You know, when we talk about marketing, really, it involves partnerships, it involves a lot of other things, and it's really product marketing. All of it, our intention, I'm going to be very explicit, is to drive growth to fanbase, bring more relevant users that build community, create content, and drive monetization for everyone. So in Q2, we still have a month and a week left for Q2. We're doing really well. Today we looked at what's going to be left off for Q2 that we're going to be tackling Q3. It's not a lot, so I want to say that I'm very proud of the team. When we set the objectives for Q2, we didn't set them up thinking we're going to have the same team that we had back then. We actually said, you know what? We might have twice the team because we are on an ongoing race. The race is going well. It's not, obviously we would like to be close by now. So the team actually tackled, I would say, you know, a 50 people task with 20 something, okay? So I'm pretty proud of them. We're making great progress. I think we're gonna tackle most of the most important increments in Q2. Live stream, feed refactor is gonna come before the quarter is over. The 2 monetization tools we're really pushing to bring them before the quarter is over, which is gonna be huge. And then there is the 3rd monetization that we're gonna bring potentially to live, might be left off for a beginning of Q3. So don't worry. It's not that we're not going to do it and we put it in the shelf. We're actually pushing it to Q3. And then in Q3, we're going to be focusing on, again, user growth is our #1 priority. But again, we want to continue. How can we continue building community, reduce churn, and really allow users to engage, create content, and have as much visibility on the content as possible. So some of the things that are coming in Q3, and I'm going to mention profile improvements, I already mentioned before. We're going to start focusing again on camps. So if you're someone that is part of a camp, you're going to get excited because we're going to start bringing some stuff. I'm going to give more visibility to camps. If you haven't created a camp, and you want to create one, this is the time to do it because in Q3 we're going to be bringing a lot of stuff for that. we are going to be focusing on some of the technical debt we have, for example, on the blog functionality. That also makes a good experience, also participates with churn as well, right? I mean, if you are a user that gets frustrated because certain things, when you don't want to talk to someone, when you want to see someone in one of the verticals is still happening, that obviously sometimes for some people is the decision of staying or leaving, right? So we're going to be doing all those small increments. I always call them small increments, but the blog is actually a pretty significant one to help drive growth and reduce churn. And then we're going to be bringing more increments to audio, live stream, of course. I talk about RTMP when we reach the $1 million milestone on our race. Kyle said it to everyone. Kyle, aren't you lucky that you actually have a team that helps you support what you say? Imagine if you have said to the world, we're now going to bring RTMP, and then I would have said, Kyle, that's not going to happen, man. But it will happen. So don't feel bad, Kyle. People won't riot against you. In Q3, RTMP will be coming for those that are gamers and like to stream beyond the camera on your phones. And I'm looking through here. Sorry, I have all my notes always. Yeah, that's a little bit. There's other things that I'll share closer to Q3. But again, we're already planning for Q3. I like that we're getting more and more proactive as we grow and as we get better as a team. And of course, I didn't mention it. One thing in Q3, you guys voted for it 3 Thursdays ago. Also, we're going to start bringing some creator tools such as Carousel. So now that